One. And hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, and welcome to indieRevue and Queers Guild. Uh, indieRevue being the show, Queers Guild being the channel, which you should know if you're watching here. Great intro, Avery. Cool. Welcome to indieRevue. This is our weekly indie tabletop role-playing game showcase highlight review, literally. Um, Other words. I should like keep a running list of different types of words for
Yeah.
gatherings and events in which we do things.
Yeah.
Like
Like like the
like
list of
your
acronyms
funeral.
you have.
What?
Like the list of acronyms you have
Yeah.
for Play a While.
For yeah, exactly. Because we don't want to get YMCA'd.
You've used that before.
I know, but I'm using it as an example. It's the most basic example. We are here today to play Pearl and Provenance, a very lovely game by S. Kaya J. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. You can find them on Twitter under Mirror Lock. This is a very quaint game that, as per Kai's words, Pearl and Providence is a two-player game where you can play a strategy game, create a world, and collect a set of creation myths all at the same time. I like strategy games because I like to win all the time.
I like map making games.
I just like to win. I'm gonna win
Probably.
in this collaborative, non-competitive game. That's just
Mhm.
how I'm built.
You're built different.
I'm better, beautiful.
Uh-uh.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't anything.
That wasn't
That was
nothing.
nothing.
That was nothing. Thank you for pointing that out for me. Okay, so the way this game is played is you'll notice below us we have a little hex grid using the wonderful site Roll20. Thank you, not sponsored. Hashtag maybe. And uh, will each be represented by a token. I didn't do anything fancy with the tokens. I just did a red one and a blue one. You can choose which one you would like to be.
I think I'm gonna be blue because I set my um cursor color to blue.
Oh, that's a smart idea. Look at you having ideas. That's rare.
Yeah, when I first loaded hey, I have so many ideas all the time. Too many, in fact. Anyway, when I first loaded this in, we both had very similar, like pinkish colors, and since we're supposed to
Wait, how
be
did you
able to
change your color? It's not letting me.
click on the little box
I'm clicking on the box.
and a
Okay, okay.
little thing will pop up.
Thingo?
Yeah,
Is that the technical term for it?
you click on
Wait, hang
your
on.
little box,
Refresh the page. I'm just gonna refresh the page.
and a box full of smaller boxes.
This isn't happening. It's
Should
not
appear.
working, but
Oh
it's
well,
sort of the
fuck you, I
same
guess.
anyway. So yeah. Or will it still do it if I do it on here? Yeah, awesome. I have it open on both screen, on both my laptop and my computer because I need it to show it on the stream, and I also just like having. Anyway, back to business. We will need to play this game. 2 players. 1, 2. No one else. Approximately 4 to 5 hours. We'll see. A large sheet of hex grid or hex grid on a virtual tabletop. Got it. At least 1d4. I've got 6. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6.
Me too.
Today's
Including
super cold.
really neat one that I love so much.
It's a good one. I'm just going to use my so journal notebook here.
My little Quaker Lady Field Notes notebook. Quaker Ladies is the kind of flower that's embossed on the cover.
Is it? So, we will be playing two demigods, creating this world which, according to the map, according to the game, the blank spaces all on these hexes count as like just featureless ocean, just nothing, just a whole lot of nothing. So, we are creating our demigods. We have to determine what our relationship between us is. What would you like to be? What are we?
What are we?
What are we, Viko?
I think it would be cool if we were like, if originally there had been one larger demigod that got like split into two different beings.
Okay.
And that's us.
Are we and like antitheses of each other? Are we like opposites? Or are we just different aspects? Or are we just two new individuals from a single whole?
I don't know. This is it's your turn to have.
Oh,
a
okay.
thought
It's my
about
turn to
it.
come up with the ideas? Okay. I'm always a fan of characters being opposites,
Mm-hmm.
but I also like when characters are very similar but dissimilar in just enough ways that it really pisses off them, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or like it gets very, it can be very narratively important. The fact that they're very similar people, but they all are fundamentally different. So I like the idea of us being like wholly new people, but we all of our personality, all of our aspects come from
The original.
the original. So we might have a lot of things similar, but we also have some things
Mm-hmm.
that the original had, but that each other don't have. One has something the other doesn't.
Some are shared and
Some are shared. Some are shared aspects. Maybe like the more. I don't know. Would you say the more like core aspects be the same, or would you rather the core aspects be different and then smaller effects each about the original whole were the same?
I really like things that seem very similar on the surface, but are very different once you actually like dig into them. So I think having their core like aspects be different would be cool. Also, we have stream points enabled, so if anyone viewing wants to shoot out a suggestion,
Yes, feel free. You can highlight your
um,
message. That way we'll see it. I mean, we'll see it anyway because I'm always watching. Um,
and
but
we have name generator,
exactly.
etc.
I'm gonna scooch my microphone over close to me. I forgot to do that. All right, so we have that together. So we're just split beings from one creature. What calamity are we fleeing? This represents a divine domain that both of you will be forbidden from acquiring during the course of the game.
Okay, so the like it says that one of the examples is a great war between gods, so war would be a domain that we can't have.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's also a sickness draining the old world and all devouring darkness, the fires of catastrophe. We can also come up with our own if we'd like.
would we like?
I'm not opposed.
So
Hmm,
let's think
thinking
about this.
about domains a lot lately. Um,
Mm-hmm.
do we want .com or .net?
.edu.
.edu. I don't know if we're an educational institution, so no if we're allowed.
.org.
.org. I don't. I mean, we might have to be registered, like a registered
What
organization to do
about
that.
a vanity domain?
Like .io or something
Yeah,
like
or
that.
.gay.
Yeah, not gay. Exactly. No. Um. Let's see. What if we're both fleeing from? This is maybe similar in the all devouring darkness route, but we're facing just isolation. That could be a domain that we could never pick. That means we always need to be surrounded by something. Um, yeah, what if we're just trying to not be alone?
Hmm. Like maybe all of the previous gods were starting to merge into one god, and we're like, I don't like that. Or are we fleeing
What
from a more metaphorical
I think it
loneliness?
might be like it's a metaphysical calamity, isolation of just like
So not like a literal like ah
nothing,
shit.
nothing like, well, something is like happening to the other gods, but it's nothing. There's no monster to face.
Mm.
It's just they're disappearing. They're leaving in different ways, different reasonings. There's no single cause. It's just slowly becoming alone.
Oh, okay, so a loneliness.
Mhm.
What what did we bring with us when we fled?
Hmm. Some of the options. So this will represent a divine domain that we both will have access to throughout the game. So it's either the bones of your mother, an echo of the song of life, the golden apples of the sun, or fragments of shattered stars.
Or you can make up
Or we can make something up.
so
Um,
something that I guess would be um, sort of counter to isolation,
yeah, what
or
would
something that you would want to protect from isolation, like memories of a memento.
Memento Mori? Yeah. I was thinking like I'm trying a way to make it to put it in an occult or
Mm-hmm.
esoteric angle, but like a way of communicating, because that is the chief remedy against isolation and loneliness is to communicate to another person or to other things.
Okay, so consider in mythology, often things that we don't think have like a physical presence tend to have a physical like be something that you can hold or take or like
Hmm.
see. So what if what we brought was our voices in
Okay.
a physical sense? There was something like that represents the
Our
voice
voice, yeah.
that we were able to physically pick up and take with us. Or language.
Yeah, like a way of writing or a form of writing utensil could work. I do like the idea because one of the next steps in this is that we will choose uh between two domains. One of us will take one will take the other of shell or scale. One of us could take like a conch conch shell. There we go. I don't know why I'm having such trouble with that. Oh wait, Botany Babe, High Flower has been rooting for a stuffed animal. That is also a very good protection.
Domain of security or stability, like a like a beloved childhood memory.
Yeah, okay. I'm comfortable going with that if you want to go with that.
Covered in raw chicken. Ew. um,
Just for fun. Yeah, she's just
yeah.
handling raw chicken just for fun.
Um, I think something like that could be neat.
Hmm.
And we can bring back the concept of voices and language, etc.
Yeah.
Which now that I'm thinking about it would be interesting. Like what would a pair of gods who are trying to stave off loneliness create? Like what would be the thing that they make within the new world that they're creating? It probably a method of communication like language
Hmm.
would be.
And like one of like easy,
Mhm.
quick, like a communication that you know is has no barrier to entry. I think. What if our thing we brought with us, because we came from one person, one being, it could be we could each have a half of the stuffed animal, or something like that, or of some kind of like possession, a toy of some kind.
Perhaps of a security blanket.
Oh my god. Hmm.
What are what are toys that come in two parts?
Hoop and stick, cup and ball. Those aren't anything. That's nothing.
I mean, those are the only two that I thought of.
Yeah, fucking Hoop and Stick is the best game
Open
ever,
stick.
anyway. We've all played Hoop and
Wooden
Stick, right,
puzzles.
kids? Wooden puzzles. Hmm. But I would like, actually, like, I'm actually liking the idea of having something that is soft or like represents a person or like a being of some kind, like an animal, stuffed animal or something. I mean, doesn't we don't have to go with the fact that it's just one. Uh, pair
Yeah,
of pair of mittens.
like those maybe those like mittens that look like animals.
Sure. Yeah, actually, yeah, let's do that. Flower coming in clutch with all these ideas. This is just, yeah. Thank you, Flower. I like that. Flower,
Yeah.
mittens. What animal are on each? Are they the same animal? Are they different?
A, a, a dog and a cat, or both cats.
I like dog and a cat.
Dog and cat.
This is the part of the stream where we are both writing shit down.
So
So it's not
we
very
had that as
entertaining.
domain of security.
Yeah, I also put companionship
Oh,
as well. I'll just put one. I'll take the dog mitten. How about that?
okay.
One dog mitten. Character will sometimes get cold, but at least one hand will always be warm.
The other hand is for holding.
The other hand is for holding, of course. Got two hands. All right. So one of us will start with the domain of shell, and the other one will start with the domain of scale. Decide who has which. What would you like?
I feel like you already had ideas for shell.
For a word I can't pronounce. Thanks.
Yeah.
Conch.
Oh, how
conch,
the tables have tabled.
Conch. Conch. I can say it. So when I pair it with shell afterwards, it really gets me. It's the sh sounds.
Conch shell.
Conch shell. Yeah, but that's like
Conch
separate. Mostly because I think it's because there's a lot of words that I read because I learn German, and I've been studying, like, speaking and learning a lot of Hebrew words, and all CHs go conch, yeah, and all the ich and stuff like that. Um, anyway, so you will take scale.
I'll take scale.
Nice. Shell.
Let me just start my domains list here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
If I could get this pen to write.
Right.
It is a fountain pen that I filled with ink that I purchased. The ink is supposed to be like a sort of wine purple. It mostly looks black on this paper, which I don't mind.
Sorry, still writing things down. And I have
How
the domain of shell.
Okay.
Please call her by her name. It's Flower. Hi.
Hey, Flower.
Alright. So we begin play by spreading out a large sheet of hex paper, which we have here, representing a formless ocean, and place your demigod tokens in the center. I've done the best I can because I don't know if they should be on top of each other, whatever. We all have like our stats, which are like 3 different stats of sight, power, and glory, of which we have points in them. And then part of the game is we will be shifting points between them, between each score. So we might need to like reduce our power to get more glory, to use our glory to do certain tasks and stuff like that.
And when you have 0 glory for whatever reason,
you're done. Die. You're done for. Which is great because you start out with 2 glory. What if I just immediately just kill myself? Just like, boom.
I'm pretty sure you could if you absolutely wanted to. I should not have opened up my box of Pocky.
You really did that. Yeah.
Now it's impossible for me to stop eating Pocky until the box is empty.
Mm-hmm.
This is my curse.
Okay. I'm just reading this to make sure that I have. Okay. We also have another stat which we share, which is called enmity, which represent the tension between us. Starts at 0 because we're best friends.
I have to leave myself space for that.
Well, I did. All right.
One pen.
So each tile on this map has a quality rating, which represents how beautiful, blessed, fertile, and or rich in resource it is. All the unshaped tokens start out with a quality of 2 by default. Tiles that are shaped will have a base quality rating between 2 and 8. A tile that has been sanctified will also have a holiness rating. The whole demigod to which the tile is dedicated can choose to add bonuses up to the value of its holiness to the quality rating for the purposes of evaluating for its certain actions. Sorry, I'm just reading these out so we know. All right. Who wants to go first? Do you want to go first? Shall I go first? Oh, chat, you choose who goes first. Flip the coin.
Hey chat, which of us should go first?
Hang on, Flower, put me on like speaker so I can talk to your Google Home. Hey Google. Flip a coin. I think she has her hands full of chicken again.
You don't actually have a Google Home, do you?
Flour and races? Yes, they do. All right.
Did you flip a coin?
I just rolled my Vigo goes first.
I go first. Okay, so you get 2 moves. Um, per turn.
Per turn, you must take 2 different actions.
I think I'm going to start by shaping the tile that I'm on.
All right. So this will have a mechanical cost of converting one of your sites into 1 power.
Yeah.
Okay. So this move or turn action, that's the word. Vico will be changing the landscape of certain tiles around its demigod. This may include raising land from the ocean, shaping mountains and valleys, sinking land back into the depths, or even creating underwater terrain. It's going to roll as many d4s as the number of power tokens you have after you pay the mechanical cost. Add the results of your roll together. This is the total number of tiles you may affect this turn. Then each of you will roll a d4 and total the results to determine the base quality rating of the tiles that you are shaping. This may range from 2 to 8.
So my power is 3. Um, okay. I got a total of 4. So I can shape up to 4 tiles.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to shape um
So what's your site?
it is 6.
Okay, so you can affect tiles within a range of 6 tiles around you.
I'm gonna shape um these 4.
Okay.
Man, like
And yeah, just mark them with your color, and then we'll determine the quality.
that's
What are you
okay,
making?
something. Um
Why don't you like try and draw what you're making?
I am going to make um does it all have to be one thing?
I think so.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna make um and just a flat.
I think you can like I don't think it all has to be like the same thing, but I feel like it all has to be related to each other. So it has to be like the same kind of environment or biome.
Okay. Then I think I kind of want like a mountain to rise out from the center.
Okay.
Oh god.
No, keep going.
And then it's flat land from like across the rest of it,
So
leading
is
into
this just a
like
freestanding mountain?
well it like sort of like descends
Okay.
like how islands like the Hawaiian Islands were formed from like volcanoes. So there's like
Oh,
the
so
mountain and then they go like down,
okay.
I guess. Maybe. Maybe. So now I get to roll for quality.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna draw a little
What did you do?
I just put in little hexes
Oh.
to show the land that you made.
So I take the ba, ba, ba.
No, did you roll one? Roll one. Roll a d4.
Each of you will roll a d4 and the total roll. Okay.
I rolled mine already.
I got a
I got a 4, so it's a quality 5.
5.
Count them 5. Here, I got. I'll put a 5 on top of these.
Thank you.
5. That's a very small 5. Make the 5 bigger.
Tiny and small.
That's sure. That's big enough, I guess. All right. That was your first action.
That was, in fact, my first action. Now I'm going to attempt to create life.
Okay, Frankenstein.
Yep.
So, this one has a variable conversion rate for your points, your stats, I should say. So you describe a life form that you would like to create. Specify at least 3 or 4 distinct features, at least one of which should be connected to or inspired by your demigod's domains. Roll as many d4s as the number of power tokens you are converting. The other player narrates the results based on your highest roll.
I want to create fish.
On the island?
No, in the waters around the island.
Okay.
I want to create fish.
Okay.
Or maybe aquatic reptiles. They have scales.
Okay.
So that's the domain. But they're also a social species.
Okay.
They move in groups.
Like those schools of fish? Like in Nemo, the ones that with the faces? Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice. Okay. Specifically those fish.
Yeah. And they're small.
Okay.
That's what I got. They're little. They're little and small. They're social. They're a social species that moves in groups, and they've got scales on them.
Gotcha. All right. How many power are you converting into glory?
2.
All right. So roll 2 dice.
I got a 4 and a 2.
Awesome. So all of you have described is true and plus 1 feature that is in accordance with one of your domains. Hmm. I would like to say that they have a, like, oh, what's there's a specific term for it, but when some fish have like symbiotic relationships with bigger fish that just they sort of like feed off of them and like in exchange for protection, they like clean the bodies or like
But
consume
we
the
don't have
foods.
any bigger fish.
Well, there will be
Okay.
in the future.
Okay.
Including that is what they will. Like eventually they will evolve that.
So little fish who have like a symbiotic relationship.
With larger, scarier fish.
Mm-hmm.
That increase that is like that's the companionship aspect and the security aspect as well. What are you doing?
My tablet.
Is it not with your tablet?
It's not with my tablet. No.
Isn't it that it? No, that's not it.
That's not it. No.
All right. Well,
I don't want to have to draw with my mouse.
too bad.
Got it.
Suffer. All right. So now it's my turn. Haha. Hmm. Eesh. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Hmm.
There's quite a lot of words.
Mm-hmm.
Like it. Once we've played some more, we'll probably get like faster at it. But since this is the first time we're playing and the first time we're doing any of these moves, it's
Yes.
hard to just like skim over and be like, what move do I want to do?
Mm-hmm. I'm also trying to pick moves that, or like actions that you didn't pick, just to keep showing all the different moves. I'm gonna do define. Sorry. So I'm going to convert one of my sight into one power. So I add a concept to the list of my demigod's divine domains by telling a short myth that links the concept with a domain I already possess. Hmm. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think. My demigod, in this sort of shapeless ocean that we have, has like creates it has the ability to like create these shells. Maybe she like can craft them out of like the seafloor or out of the water itself, um, or out of like the essence that comes out of the earth, aka like lava or some shit. Um, and she shapes them and for into shells that um, many creatures of the water can live in. And so I would like to take the domain of like home, of shelter.
Okay. So then I also get a domain that relates to that or
Mm-hmm.
is opposite that.
What would you like to do?
Maybe the domain of travel.
Okay. That was my first action.
This isn't even my final form.
This is not even my final form. All right. I'm gonna also.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I can just straight up attack you.
Yeah, you can, but why would you? Why would you?
Yeah, I will shape the realm as well.
Okay.
Shape realm.
So, one of the cool things about this, I'm just gonna talk while you
Mm-hmm.
figure out what kind of shaping you want to do. Um, there's a couple of different like alternate modes of play that can make things more complicated or more interesting. One of them is the archipelago mode of play, where you can't reshape any uh, any hexes and you cannot shape any hexes that are touching already shaped hexes.
Which is fun.
So you end up with all over the place.
Islands. Oh my gosh. All right. Add the results. As many d4s as number of power tokens I have. I have 4, so I rolled a 4 d4s. I can affect 14 tiles.
What the fuck?
I rolled 2 4s and 2 3s.
What in God's name?
Well, all right. Let's see. And I have a sight of 5 at this point, so I can go up to 5 tiles away. I'm going to start the furthest out and work my way back towards me. First, I'm gonna mark on the map, like a little, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, sorry, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. I'll do my space that I'm standing in as well. Did you do that too for yours?
No.
Okay.
But I don't. It's not against the rules. I just didn't feel like drawing on top of Muscle Dude.
Oh, just didn't feel like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, but I will. Hang on, mark these. Give me 1 second while I do this. Up, 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 up. You can't see the clicking, but
no.
I'm making the clicking sound so you know it's happening. Bop, 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 bop. And once it's done, you'll see it. Boom, boom, boom. When you see it, you'll shit bricks. Remember that meme? Anyway.
No.
You don't remember that meme?
Oh,
man. Good times. All right. I'm going to make trying to think of types of like biomes and stuff like that. You know what, just oh gosh. I can't do that actually. Because it would involve making life. I was gonna say I was gonna make a coral reef, but I really can't do that. I will make I will make a like an archipelago actually of very varying height waters, but mostly just lush jungles and low setting islands. Just a chain of them across this area. There's a lot of area that is like just underwater, so there's potential for a coral reef, if you would. So I'm just gonna draw some things. Uh, so like they're gonna be little islands.
One of these days we'll figure out how to. That is like invisible on stream.
Is it? Mm,
One of these days we're gonna figure out how to do one of these games and have our drawings actually look good.
no, we're not. We're not actual artists. So, and then let's like the water. Yeah, water.
Hey, water.
Water. And then I'm gonna draw some jungle trees. Boop. Boop. I just haven't added the leaves yet. They're still trees. Now they look like little bugs. Don't worry, they're gonna become trees.
Thank you. Thank you, Flower. She said I'm a good artist.
Thanks for saying I'm one too. Right. Woof. All right. Mistreated in
Yes!
my own home.
Finally, the tables have turned.
Vindication.
Get dumped on.
Listen, I think these are lovely little trees.
I think you did a very good job, and
I'm stronger
yeah.
with graphic design. That's fair.
Flower says it with a question
With a
mark.
question mark, so
true.
it's like
graphic design is a skill, and
graphic
it is
design
one
is my
I do
passion.
not have, and one that you do.
Thank you. All right, that is my place. That is my thing.
When you playfully mock your friends, you should also include some genuine compliments so that they remember that you love and care for them.
Mm-hmm. I say them all with the same tone so they don't know which one is the truth and which one's a lie.
Yeah.
All right, that is my turn.
That's your turn?
That's my turn. I think my demigod, in making all these homes and shells for things, also sort of raised up some islands as if they were like massive shells from which
Ooh.
we're going for a very tropical mythology here. I was about to say we're kind of going for like a Pacific Islander thing, but like that's not like we're not actually Pacific Islanders, so we aren't doing that. But we are making something reminiscent. Anyway, it's your turn.
Okay.
Back to the top of the initiative round with Vico and Avery on deck. Gonna use my bonus action to stare at my computer screen.
Okay, I want to define.
Okay, define.
And add a domain. So the domains that I have so far, we both have security, and I have scale and travel.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about what domain I wanted before I decided to do this.
Neither did I.
Okay. What goes with scale or with travel? Travel discovery.
Sure.
So as my demigod, it's like sort of just wandering around.
Mm-hmm. Doing the John Travolta looking around the room meme from Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And just looking at stuff, just poking around, stuff that you made, stuff that I made, places,
cool stuff. Yeah.
Places we haven't made anything yet, and sometimes just kind of like find something that I wasn't expecting. Like, oh, this is so cool. And it's just really into finding new stuff and seeing new stuff, and then bringing it back to share. Like, hey, look at this neat thing I found. So, discovery. Disco.
Good show. Should watch Star Trek Discovery.
We should. Disco vary. So now I have 5 sight, 2 power, 4 glory.
For glory! Ah! What would an opposite of discovery be? I know we don't have to go opposite, but I would like to entertain the idea.
See, because I was kind of thinking like knowledge or something, especially since one of your domains is already shelter, so the idea of like a home and then all of your like family in the past and
Yeah,
everything building up.
I think maybe instead of knowledge, because that's like discovery is still learning things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this could be like archiving and
Ooh,
collecting. I like that. Yeah, I'll do that. Cool beans. That's your first action. What will Vigo do for its second one?
I want to create life again.
Oh, you motherfucker. Alright.
I want to make some plants. Right now, I have this barren mountain and
We
like
can make, we can,
flatland.
like, part of the game is, like, something that we should do is, like, agree whether or not, like, certain life is, like, a given. So we can just say it's a given that plant life is a thing. We can just say we're building
That's true.
creatures and stuff like that. Or, like, people.
You kind of already did that with your trees.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I want to create some specific flowers, though.
Alright.
Some specific ass flowers.
I'm gonna need that, the species, genus, you know,
Mm-hmm.
all
Mm-hmm.
that. Go on.
Um, Flocidae Nicerium.
Okay.
I made that sound real.
You did. You did.
um, they're five petaled purple flowers.
Okay.
They kind of they grow very tall with a lot of flowers on each stalk, and um, after they bloom, they're a lot like dandelions, where like they then um,
Like wither
the
and create the
yeah
head.
the flowers wither away, leaving just these like heads that are covered in seeds that then get blown away on the wind,
Cool.
which relates to travel.
Ah.
They spread quite far with the breeze.
Spread your seed. Anyway.
So I'm only gonna use one
Power.
power.
Okay.
So I'm because I only have two power at the moment. So now I have one power and five glory.
Glory.
God, please right.
Hmm.
That did nothing. Whatever.
Hmm.
Um,
Do you need a pencil?
no,
You
I've
got
got
a
other
pen. Okay.
pens. So now I roll the amount of power points that I'm spending on that. I use my little golden flower die.
Nice.
But you got me.
Yeah.
That is a two. So
Count
now
'em.
Avery gets to tell me how successful I am.
You. This says here you suck. Okay. No, it says a few
Curses.
of the features you described are missing or twisted in some way, but there is another feature that is in accordance with one of your domains. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So there are five petaled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Purple. Um, what was the third one?
With seeds that get carried on the wind.
Okay. I'm gonna keep that one the same, and I'll morph the other two.
Okay.
Um,
I did already draw the purple flower. So.
nice. I mean, they'll still be purple. I won't change that. But I will angle it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the petals now instead look like hands.
Ooh.
Because they're still five petaled, but they are now somewhat in the shape of a human hand. Or your demigod's hand, I should say.
Do they go up or do they go down? Are they like lilies or are they like foxgloves?
Oh, I like foxgloves more.
I do
Yeah,
like
I like a foxglove. Which, yeah. Um, I'll shift the purple color into the fact that they stain very, very easily. And so, like, when the flowers all die, like during that part of their like cycle, there's just mess, like everything around them is stained purple. Um, and add something in accordance with one of your things. I think they need to be they're still the way their seeds spread is still through travel, but it is by by the mechanism of other animals being spread through
okay.
other animals. So like, I'm like adding and twisting. Um, your third one.
I don't know how to make these dots look like a hand.
Don't worry about it.
They're dots. It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever.
They're
It's fine.
dots. It's all right. It's fine. It's dots.
Well, that's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn.
I am gonna create life.
Yeah.
I will spend 2 power.
Hey, we never figured out what the rating was on your archipelago.
Oh, you're right. That
Look
was
either.
totally forgot that. 1,
I got a 2, so the total rating is 3.
3. According to the thing, that means it is gloomy. It's very gloomy.
Because it's so humid, there's a fog all the time.
Yeah, but your mountain and field are average.
Just your
Perfect.
average mountain.
Just your average everyday mountain. Ain't much.
With weird hand-shaped flowers.
All right, so we did 3. All right, there.
That kind of reminds me of the malamuher, which is a type of stinging plant that's common, I believe, in areas around like Portugal, Spain, and France. And because of how it's shaped, if you brush up against it, you often end up with sort of a handprint shaped rash, which is why it's called the malamuher. Because it looks like you've been slapped by a woman who's very mad at you.
God bless.
I'm gonna Google that to make sure I didn't make that up. I'm pretty sure I read it in Wicked Plants by Amy Stewart. Ah, it's a real thing. I was wrong about the area though. It's actually native to Arizona and Northwest, and like Central South U.S. and Northern Mexico.
Nice. Sorry, I'm just thinking.
This has been Plant Facts with Biko.
With our show within a show, segment within a segment. Yeah, I said I was gonna create life, so I'll do that. Life.
You're gonna make your coral reef.
Make my coral reef.
I feel like if we had plants, then a coral reef could have just been made already. But I kind of like where you're going with this. Because it means I could make the coral reef sentient on my turn.
A whole new meaning to brain coral, huh?
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make my coral reef.
Like, I guess that's what you want.
I mean, alright. To pick some things. Doo-doo-doo.
I have been so cold all day, and then as soon as we start streaming, I'm like, oh my god, it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, sweaty.
I'm drawing coral all around the things. I don't remember how coral like looks most of the time.
It's kind of like antlers. I think you're doing a good job.
And then like this is a rock with like stuff on it. Yeah,
We just played Raft earlier this week.
we did. Like, oh, and there's more things on the thing. And then I'll draw like a fucking
Fucking,
little fishies.
now all I want to do is play Raft.
You said that before we streamed too.
Yeah, I know.
A little fish. Coral reef.
Coral Reef.
Carl.
Did my tiny fish spread out from my island to your archipelago?
Yes, of course, the friends. All right, so I'm gonna roll 2d4 because that's the amount of power I spent.
These islands are gay, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay, 2.
Okay, so that means
Let me describe the features of it then. I guess it is vibrant. Both. I guess this will count as 2 features: vibrant in color and vibrant in like biodiversity. And then I will say I'm trying to think of like other features of coral reefs. Which I feel like we're cheating a little bit because these are multiple life forms, but I feel like since we've already established them as a given, I think it's okay to be like I'm just like advancing them up a step to be more prominent.
mm-hmm.
Um, plus it's our show, we do whatever the fuck we want.
There's nothing wrong with editing a game to make it easier to play.
Unless you do it bad. I don't know.
Yes.
Anyway, let's see. One of them has to be in accordance with my thing. I'm gonna say there's a lot of let me know if you think this is okay to add. There's a lot of nooks and crannies and different structures and stuff like that that can be home to many different creatures, which like good for the biodiversity, bad if you're like walking there and like you think everything around you could be hiding a terribly dangerous creature. But it's home for them. Do you think that's okay?
Yeah.
All right. But a few of the features I described are missing or twisted in some way, but there's another feature that's in accordance with one of your domains. Please tell me, what are you going to ruin about my perfect coral reef?
What am I gonna ruin? I think it's all one color.
What color?
I don't know. Coral pink.
Coral blue, number 24. Okay, so it's a pink coral reef.
It's diverse, like it's still vibrant in terms of diversity.
Mm-hmm.
But all of the species for some reason are the same color.
They're all
Exactly
pink.
the same.
I'm gonna redraw.
Which can make it difficult for people to figure out like which kind of coral
which is
they're
which.
dealing with.
Yeah.
It's all pink, and the fish are pink.
Everything is pink.
Pink, pink, pink,
Pink,
pink,
pink, pink, pink.
Um,
I like to imagine my demigod like trying to create all these things and they just all turn out pink. And you're just like, No. All the shells she touches turn pink.
Is having one of those days where everything just comes out pink.
Oh yeah.
Fine.
You know how it is. You know how it is with pink.
Um, yeah. And I guess everything else stays the same, or do I add another feature?
You can remove some. You do add one that is in accordance with one of my domains.
So your domains are shell, shelter,
Shelter.
and archiving.
Yeah, like collect. I put collecting / archiving. Put a lot of slashes.
Okay. So consider something that ties into the archiving or collecting.
Okay.
The coral, the reef, as it builds up, each subsequent layer has like takes in some of the like surrounding environment.
So it can be like used as a record,
Yeah.
like lines in stone or
Mhm.
trees, with lines and circles and trees.
Yes.
Nice. Rings and trees. That's weird. That's a better word. Cool.
Nice.
But if it's all pink, how can you tell? How can you delineate the strata?
Chemical testing.
Ah, carbon dating.
Wrong kind of chemical testing, but yeah, basically.
I was just using that as like a type of chemical testing.
Isotopic analysis.
Isotopic analysis.
Which is something that archaeologists do to figure out people's diets from way back when, among other things. You can also use it to tell if someone was born in the area where they were buried, because groundwater has different isotopes depending on where you are. And the isotopes that you consume when you were a child will stay in your teeth.
Ah.
So you can test the teeth to see if the isotopes match the groundwater of the area where they're buried or a different area. And that will tell you if they had moved.
This is completely out of away from everything that we're doing right now, but would that still be possible in to do for us, for archaeologists of the future, given the fact that a lot of the water that we drink is not sourced locally? Some of it, a lot of it is.
Our tap water is sourced locally.
Yeah, but like bottled water.
But we cook with tap water.
Yeah.
So it would be possible.
That's fair.
Plus, bottled water tends to go through various treatments. So does tap water, but
like also the ability to move from places is a lot easier now than it would be in the past. So if a young baby compared to an old baby,
or a cool baby,
were to be with a family that traveled a lot, especially in the early years of its life, would that make it harder?
it might. They would pick up isotopes from various different places, but that could also happen to people in the past.
That's fair, but I feel like it would be less. There would be less distance able to cover because the ability.
You'd be surprised by the amount of distance some people were able to travel, lacking modern vehicles.
That's fair. I was thinking more like going from like Paris to like New Mexico or Albuquerque or something like that. Like very, very drastic distances. Anyway, back to the actual game. That was just my first one, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm
Do something else.
Do something else. I have to do 2 different actions. I am going to sanctify my part of my coral reef.
Cool.
Yeah, It has to be in the space that I am currently on. So that space will be a sacred place. A sacred place. Escape. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put this on the map layer so that way I can still move my character over it. I'm just gonna put a little H. Makes it holy.
Holy moly.
H.
I don't think I have access to the layers.
No, you don't. So I'll do it for you. So if I move my guy, there's an H there.
Brought to you by the letter
This
H.
episode is brought to you by the letter H. H. Ha. H. Whoo, boy. H.
Howdy doody.
Hooty hoo.
Hooty hoo.
Anyway, I get to describe what this place is, and I roll to mark its holiness rating.
Mm-hmm.
1.
Okay, it's big
1.
on the.
It's just an okay place. It's a little holy, you know.
It's all right.
It's all right. I think this is a it's one of those like natural structures that just seems to take the shape of something. Just like that seems like really weird. Like, oh, this is weird. Why does this look like this thing? And it looks like a bookcase.
I love that.
It's a giant bookcase. Anyway. But it's like just okay, because it's only holiness of 1. So. And so just as a reminder, places that have been sanctified has a holiness rating, which I will put the 1 on there as well. And add a bonus to the value of its holiness to the quality rating for the purposes of evaluating for certain actions, which is nice. So I'm going to scooch something over. Go back into the background. I'm going to put the number 1. Singular sensation. Sorry, 1 second. I'm being stupid. Oh, that's too small. That's just right. Ah. There we go. H1. Hydrogen. 1. One of them. There is only one hydrogen atom on this planet. Why is there so much water? That's not water. That's liquid methane. That's right, we're on Titan. Shocker. We were in this our solar system the whole time. Anyway, continue.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at my stats,
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out what to do with my stats.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to shape.
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 So I get to roll. So that's
Your power score.
which is now 2 because I added 1 from sight. I get to roll these, and this will tell me how many I get to shape.
Who shape?
Uh, 7.
7. Still haven't gotten close to my 14.
No. Let me
And I will shape it. Actually, I'm going to shape it also in the background, so that way we don't have to worry.
6, 7.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Not including yourself again?
Not including me. And this is gonna be some grassland.
Grass. Oh, now we're touching.
Yep.
What are we? Just kidding, we've already established what we are.
We're buddies.
We're friends.
Grassland. My weird hand-shaped purple flowers.
And they were friends. Flower has achieved dinner and the alcohol. Ooh, I want to drink.
Yeah.
Definitely not me weighing the professionalism of running and grabbing a drink while we do this. Anyway,
Now we roll for the.
we roll. And then I am actually gonna go get a drink. 4.
I also got a 4, so it's an 8.
8. Its quality is 8, which is
Gorgeous.
very, very good. 8.
This is a beautiful ass grassland.
Holy shit, it's beautiful.
That 8 is hidden. Let me move.
Oh no, it's all right. I'll scooch it over. There we go.
Move the grass. Grass.
Can't move across.
Grass.
So it's like a very heavenly rolling field.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Raspberry lemonade vodka cocktail.
I know what I'm getting. I'll be right back.
Wait, can you get me a cider?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna imbibe some alcohol.
Bye.
I usually don't do this. Yeah, let's all get drunk. That's okay.
Why is it warm?
Oh my god.
Alright, for the noise.
Thank you.
This episode brought to you by Artisanal Brew Works. Warheads Extreme Sour.
Forgot you had
Hard
that.
seltzer, black cherry. I don't really like black cherry that much, so we're gonna see how it is. The smell is not pleasant.
This is good. I do prefer the rosé version of this, but this is still
This is actually the least bad one I've had. Some of them, the first one I drank. Oh, this is another tangent. We're really off the shits tonight. The first one I drank was literally like eating a warhead. It was that immediate like. This is a lot tamer. Maybe because it's like been sitting in my fridge for a little bit longer, but like canned. So I don't know. Oh well. Back to the game.
Aw, thank you. Just says I've enjoyed just hanging out with you.
If you were a real friend, you would be here right now. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Good.
This is a 2-player game.
Drive the X number of hours it takes to get here. And hang out with us right now. Alright. That was your first action, right?
Mm-hmm.
Carry on. Action number 2.
Okay. Action number 2. I'm gonna do something we haven't done yet, which is reminisce.
Remember.
Oh, my site is now down to 3, but my power is also 3. I'm gonna need to start spending some glory here.
Rory.
So, describe a lost treasure from the world that was.
Treasure.
Let me just read. Tell a short tale of the world that was before, and one piece of it that your demigod tried to save, perhaps a palace, a magical tree, or an animal that was the last of its kind. What did it mean in the context of the world that was lost? And what does it symbolize to you now?
There's a note on this action, which is reminisce is the only way to potentially have complete creative control of an aspect of the world without randomness intervening. So this is all eyes on you.
So
Hmm.
when we were split, when the original like
When me
singular
became
being,
me became we.
yeah, there was like a core that was left behind
Mm-hmm.
from the original.
Mm-hmm. The core.
Yeah, the core.
The warp core.
No, it was like a topaz.
Oh, a rock.
Yeah, a rock.
A rock.
A rock. Um, wow. Okay, we're already there, huh?
Mm-hmm. We've been there.
And it didn't have like a whole lot of power or significance. It was only significant on like a personal level.
Right. But it's not enough.
Yeah. So my demigod attempted to save it but wasn't able to uh like find it uh
Mm.
before we had to like
Skedaddle.
skedaddle.
Yeah. Hightail it.
Mhm. So the the Titan's heart was left behind.
Mm. Okay, Owl House Watcher.
Mm-hmm. I was just about to say, fucking
Just
can't
like
wait for
fucking
season
Owl
3.
House, yeah.
Holy shit, that season finale.
Let's not get into it. I don't want to talk about it. Alright.
I watched it like a couple of weeks after you did, and you were streaming with Racius, and I was just texting her like, Owl House all in this stream. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Yeah, sure you are. Sure you are not that tipsy, Flower. Alright. That is your turn.
It's my turn.
Alright. Hmm.
I cannot possibly already be tipsy. I've had 3
A
sips of
sip.
this.
That is placebo effect, my friend.
Mm-hmm. I don't drink alcohol.
No.
Like,
Like,
ever.
rarely. Very rarely. Alrighty. I am going to...
Like,
Oh, I
once
got...
per financial quarter.
What? You know what a financial quarter is, too. Fucking hate you insurance people. God damn you. Alright.
Sorry.
Get out of my house. I'm gonna convert 1 sight into 1 power
Mm-hmm.
and shape the realm.
Shape.
Shape the realm. First, I shall take the number of dice equal to my power score, which is 3. 2. Plus 1, plus 2. 5. Oh, yeah. Alright. Hmm. And my sight is currently 5, so I can go 5 away.
You can just barely see his
Just see a
butt
little guy.
in the corner of the screen, but
Hmm.
Oliver's up there.
His ass is the only thing you really need to see.
He's being surprisingly well behaved.
Whoop, that's not it. Yeah.
Avery's doing stuff. I'm trying to fill the air.
The void, yeah.
Earlier,
Hey, there we go.
Oliver.
I did it the wrong color.
The hallway, and Oliver was
Can I change the color of this?
fully burritoed. in the rug that we have in the hallway.
He has an animosity for that rug. I cannot explain it. Okay. So right next to the very beautiful grasslands and the gloomy coral reef that's all pink and the bookcase formation in the coral reef, there is there's a jungle. We haven't made a jungle yet.
Ooh.
We'll do a little jungle. Time to draw a jungle. Here, I'm gonna go back up to here. Boop, boop, boop. I'm just gonna draw tons of little trees. Help me draw these trees.
Oh, okay.
Don't know what jungle trees would look like. They're like wide topped, right? They have like a canopy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least have the decency to use the same green as me.
No.
Of being. Sure. All right.
Yeah.
Let's roll to see how good this place is. Hope it's not shitty like my last one.
Well, I rolled a 1.
Okay. It's still gloomy. Everything I make is gloomy. You're off shining, discovering new things. I'm like, oh, here's a jungle, maybe. Fuck you. Alright. That is my first. Here's a little good jungle. Anyway. I know I'm not drunk yet. Just getting that drink just gave me permission to just go off completely. Go off my shits. I'm gonna create life.
It unlocked
Unlocked the secret
secret worse Avery.
the secret awful Avery, who is one with no with no barret with no wall. Anyway, oh, here he comes. He's really thinking about it.
He's really thinking about jumping onto my desk.
Which is wild because he rarely thinks at all. Here he is. Hi. Very good. Very good angle, Oliver.
Hi. Good job.
You're so camera photogenic.
Cute.
Anyway, I'm going to create life. Taking 2 of my power and putting it into glory. Now 5 glory. And I will roll 2 dice just for posterity. Okay. I'm going to make the first primates.
Hey.
They are they use tools, so that's one of them. One of their features, they use tools. They are a social collective species. Seems to have the rudimentary aspects of of a like family. There's 2, 3. They're very good. Oh, huh. What if they are like their distinct sort of like uniqueness about them is that they use shells that they find as part of their tools, but especially they're able to craft incredibly primitive versions of like horns, like using the shells to make sounds as a way of amplifying. Maybe as a species they aren't as loud as like some primates can really get very, very loud with their calls. And so to accommodate, they have a form of communication with um, sounds made by shells.
Hmm.
Okay, and I rolled the highest thing I rolled was a 3. So all I have described plus one feature that is out of alignment with my domains, which you get to choose.
So your domains are shelter and archiving/collecting.
And are shared of security and companionship.
They're nomadic.
Okay. All right. I like that.
They never stay in one place for very long, and they don't build permanent structures.
All right.
Aww.
Mm-hmm.
Boy. He's gone.
Okay, tools. Shell tools. I'm just writing this down so I can remember. Um,
Where are you gonna put them?
I was gonna put them in the jungle I made. To like incorporate mythology more into this and like what our character or demigods are doing. I don't think she created these primates. I think she just no. Don't hate monkey. I love monkey. Monkey. Anyway, um, she did teach them how to use shells as tools.
Mm-hmm.
I think she like was spotted by them, uh, and like she granted one of them a very special conch shell that she then like created a special sound or something like that. Um, very, very like this would be very, very deep in like the collective unconscious mythology of if these people become sentient. So yeah, that's my turn. Right, I shaped and then I created life. Flower really upset with the primates. We are monkey though, except we're not monkey.
Okay.
We're primates. So
I'm gonna move. That's my first action. Move
we've been staying relatively the same.
here.
Oh,
Hi.
oh.
And now I'm going to grant sentience.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, too much like me. We're just alike, Flower.
I'm rolling a die because I have two different options that I could go with.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 1. So I was gonna say the odds were fish,
Mm-hmm. Fish. You're gonna make the fish sentence.
and evens were gonna be the coral reef.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Um, but I think I'm just gonna go with the coral reef.
I threw you a softball. Threw you a little softball, and then you were just like,
Yeah.
fuck you. Reef.
Reef.
So what parts of the reef are sentient?
The whole thing.
Okay, how does that work?
Collective, like
Are
the
they
amount of living things that are all like mushed together, like
so it's a
become a collective consciousness.
so it's a mass of macroorganisms creating an even larger macroorganism?
Yeah.
Okay. That acts as is it does it act as a single individual, single life form? One mass as like one creature? Or is it like
Yeah, there's the consciousness of the reef.
mm-hmm.
And that's like it's sort of a god unto itself.
Right. Okay.
So here's how I'm gonna represent that. Reef has achieved thought.
Question marks all around.
Yep. Big fan of sentient reef. Thank you, Flower.
The monkeys all try to like take things from the reef, and the reef's like, "Hey, like what? What
Why
was?
does that remind me of that one comic about modern art? That's like,
Oh, what do you represent?"
what do you?
Exactly.
All right, well, that was my turn.
Mm-hmm. I really am very curious about. I also want to know more about the sentient coral reef. How does it communicate? Does it communicate?
No, at least not directly.
I. You probably are more cognizant of the qualifications for sentience, but is communication one of them?
I don't think so. Oh, hi, Hexavexagon.
Bud? Yeah, we got all of bunch of U's on this bad boy. All of one shapes are 6. Very good.
Let me fucking Google this.
First of all, are there like qualifiers for sentience?
3 general criteria for
Criteria, thank
recognizing
you.
whether a being is sentient: behavioral, evolutionary, and physiological. Um, so technically, what's happening here is also that we're conflating the word sentient with the word sapient.
Right.
Um, Oliver is sentient. He is able to act under his own power and have feelings about things. We're
Mostly
sapient. We
indifferent.
have
Yeah.
thoughts and can plan, and we have computers in our heads.
Right.
We're meat computers. Uh, Flower says, I don't think so. Based on child development, you can have a kiddo who does not communicate but thinks and acts on its own.
That's fair. I agree. All right. I was just curious.
I think in this case, the coral reef is more of a genius loci
Okay.
or a genius locus.
Mm-hmm. Sort of, I'm thinking like sort of like kind of like a mycelial
Yes.
network of many, many different
Mm-hmm.
like fungus, but instead this time it's like
It's coral.
coral. Maybe the coral itself is the creature and everything else is just cohabitating with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the whole reef. It's the fact that it's all of the coral has come together to sort of form a like nervous system.
Mm-hmm. This is where like I want to get sci-fi with it. Is it like is it a physical connection that they're all physically like they're somehow physically networked together, or is it like a psychic connection?
It's
Is it a magical connection?
um it's partially physical because part of like
They're
what it is
all.
that they're all like together in this space.
Mm-hmm.
Um but it's also partially magical because my dad was just like, this could be funny.
Yeah. Snaps your fingers and oh, there we go.
And suddenly the coral has thoughts now.
What is the coral's first thought?
Fuck.
I feel like that's everyone's first thought. It's like, Jesus, what is going on? All right, that's your turn.
That's my turn. Can you tell that we're a pair of nerds?
Mm-hmm.
Coral hanging has anxiety.
Coral, oh, well, look at what you've done. Look at him. He's got anxiety. Oh my gosh. Hmm.
Okay, this article is really cool. When we experience suffering or enjoyment, we tend to behave in certain ways. We grimace, we cry, we groan. And the same is true of other sentient beings. This applies to both human beings and a large number of non human animals. Behavior of this sort indicates that those who behave in these ways are having positive or negative experiences. So the ability to have and react to an experience is part of what makes sentience.
I feel like behavioral aspects like that, like presenting behavioral reactions to your stimuli as a criteria for sentience, could be in essence a form of communication. Because if everything is happening in your own head and you don't say anything else to anyone else, why would you have a behavioral reaction to it besides just that it makes you upset and so you act differently to change the feeling? I feel like behavioral is part of behavioral aspects is a form of communication. It's a nonverbal, instinctual. Yeah. You have a reaction. If I were saying you have a reaction, and that could be interpreted as a communication.
Welcome to Queer's Guild.
I mean, yeah, because like I could slap you across the face, and you could wince and like grab your face, and that it hurts. You are communicating that you are in pain.
But is it communication if it is an instinctive reaction where I am not purposefully trying to impart information to you?
Why does communication have to be intentional? We have instinctual communication in general.
Why would communication not be intentional?
I'm not suggesting that.
Is there a difference between intentional communication versus, say, just getting information from the way someone else acts, but it's not something that they're trying to impart on you? It's just information that you are gleaning.
Mm-hmm. It really depends on your definition of communication, as far as whether it's something you are trying to convey. That could be a form of communication. It could also be things you are trying to avoid conveying as a form of communication. It could be just the way that you are. Yeah, this is exactly like a seventh grade sleepover.
Yeah, exactly.
Like everyone's lying in bed. It's like 3 a.m. and it goes like, "What if Coral had feelings?" And you're like, "Shut the fuck up, Carol."
This
Anyway,
reminds me a lot of when we would ride to school in the morning.
oh, for sure, yeah.
And my brother and I would start talking about things like this, and my mom would be like 6:45 in the morning. She had to go and teach the whole day.
Why don't we stop talking?
Like, can you guys shut up?
What if we just stop talking for a little while?
She literally one time was like, "Why can't you just hit each other like normal kids?"
Like normal kids. Exactly. No, but I think you can communicate things that you don't want to communicate and or can't control whether you communicate or not. Whether it be like, gosh, I'm just trying to think like,
I am an unsecure Wi-Fi hotspot, and I'm just beaming my personal
exactly.
information all over.
Exactly. Like ants release pheromones, which is their closest thing to communication. So it's a form of communication. It is. Of course, I'm always thinking about our baby boy in our D&D campaign. Always thinking about him.
Should we cut the section when we put the bot up?
No, no. Unedited, pure stream of consciousness. Actually, I'm gonna highlight this. Fucking clip this shit and post it everywhere. This is what I want everyone to know what Queers Guild is. It's just we're playing a game and then we just instead for a straight 15 minutes we don't even think about the game.
The game is a gateway drug to thinking about the implications of sentience and communication.
Maybe. Anyway, I haven't even started my turn. I'm attacking you. I'm gonna attack you. No, I'm not. I'm gonna move first. First I move and I set my coral reef into defense position.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna.
Chat, I have a confession to make. I think I've gotten honestly actually drunk maybe once in my life, and every other time has just been placebo effect. As soon as I start drinking alcohol, something unlocks in me that's just like, go insane.
Just go fucking ape shit.
You can blame it all on the alcohol. Just go ape shit.
Fine.
Beck says, defend the coral reef.
All right. I moved, and then I'm going to.
Yes, flower. We are on the same wavelength.
I'm gonna shape again. Shape realm. And I'm going to just throw my dice everywhere, and then I'm gonna remove one of my sights and have you in my sights. Anyway, remember Overwatch? Anyway, um, you give snack to Coral Reef. What is Coral Reef's favorite food?
Um,
Phytoplankton.
yeah.
Wait, do coral eat phyto? Are they carnivorous?
I'm pretty sure some are.
Yeah, I feel like some are. I know a lot have like defense mechanisms that actively kill. Like yeah, anemones have the thing that kill. Do they eat them?
Is anemone a coral?
It's a they're I don't know.
Is anemone a coral? No, I don't use my loud keyboard
Anemone.
anymore. Corals are
Anemone is an
different
anemone.
from anemone because they have a skeleton.
Oh,
Anemones are
they
squishy and
what?
basically filled with water. Corals create a hard skeleton of calcium carbonate.
Are some carnivorous? Search that too.
Are
Computer.
anemone carnivorous? Anemone are carnivorous. They feed on tiny plankton or fish.
Yes. That's why the clownfish live in that. And that's why Nemo lives there. Because
Coral is also carnivores.
all of them?
They use their long tentacles with stingers to catch and subdue their
Coral no. Some of them
tentacles?
do. Some of them have like phalanges, yeah.
I'm learning so much today. Marine Aquariums of South Africa website says, yes, coral get their nutrients from a symbiotic relationship with zooxanthellae. The phylum of coral Cnidaria includes anemone and jellyfish, which are also carnivores.
Anemone. Anemone's anemone. Also, before we go any further in my turn, back in your turn, when you gave the coral reef feelings, you gain a name. What does the coral reef call you?
I'm torn between making it like an actual word that we can pronounce versus making it like
just the
a
various
description of a sound.
It's just like it's just the sound of water flowing between. No. No. Get the spray. Don't make me get the spray bottle, Vex.
I almost do want it to be like
Just a various amounts of water flowing through different coral branches.
the sound of the southbound current.
No good.
Okay, I'm adding that to my.
What's the name of the current from Finding Nemo? Oh my god. The current that they ride with the turtles.
I know it.
What is it? Chat, please.
It's not the riptide.
No. It's specific. I'm looking this up.
Introducing alcohol to this particular game was maybe not the best choice we've made in terms of like.
It's the
coherency.
EAC, bro. EAC, East Australian Current. Yeah. Thank you, Flower, for coming in clutch. But right after I googled it. All right. No, you're good. You are just on time, Flower. All right. I am shaping Rome. What I'm going to do, I made the changes to my stats. I'm going to shape the realm. Roll as many d4s as power tokens. I only have 2. And I rolled 2 ones.
We appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Flower. What's my site for? Okay. LOL, daddy.
If you'd used channel points to suggest that one, I would have had to do it.
Yeah, you would have. Okay. Boop. Boop. Boop.
For next time.
For next time. Next time, use those points you've been accruing. Bam. I'll use 2 of these.
That's how Raytheus got us to build an entire like cinematic universe about Macklemore's pizza delivery.
That's right. I've been saving my channel points on Raytheus' channel. I think I've upwards of 30,000.
Me too.
For me to just deploy at like an orbital strike upon any game in which he is playing. But most of the time I'm playing with him. And I feel weird just doing that as a player. Anyway. I'm gonna make.
Yeah, that's what the name generator is for.
Mm-hmm.
You can force us to name something whatever you want.
Yeah. What should I make, Vico? I'm gonna make.
Well, you just have these 2 little hexes sticking out from my grassland.
Yeah, these little. No, I'm not gonna say it. Anyway,
A beach. That would be too big.
it could be a savanna.
Ooh.
Off of the grasslands. Use it boldly.
Yeah.
What do savannas look like? I mean, I can draw a lion.
They're like grasslands, but drier. Can you draw a lion?
I don't know.
Don't say make.
You've already failed. Sorry. I'm going to create little grasses on the savannah.
Mm-hmm. Those sure are some grassies. For the next 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. Oh, I used to have a thing on my Stream Deck app that did a timer, but I'll set a timer on my phone. 5 minutes, starting now. All right. We both got to roll to see how cool this place is. Sorry. 5 total. It is
average.
kind of okay. It's the kind of okay savanna right off of the very cool grasslands adjacent to the sort of crummy coral reef. Anyway.
That's what they called me in high school.
Crummy coral reef.
Is that your home?
That is, yeah, because I moved and then I made this completely average. Can I not use other variants of the word as well?
You can use variants of the word, you just
can't say the word.
So
okay.
we have to get kind of creative with the cinnamon.
Want to take that one again?
No.
All right. Gotcha. All right, your turn.
I'm gonna sanctify the little block that I'm on, but you have access to the backgrounds, to the layers, so you get to.
I'll draw the
do
H.
that. So I take a point away from glory and I put a point into sight, right?
Yes. Look at there's like a cheat sheet at the top. Yeah. Sanctify.
And now I roll a d4 for holiness. That's a 3. You unlock an achievement if you don't say variants of the word.
Oh. What's the achievement?
Love and affection.
I guess. All right. It's there. You won't be able to see it until you move.
That was gonna be my next action.
Wow.
Avery, can you delete that?
What?
Line that I just drew?
Oh yeah, I can fix your mistakes. That's all I ever do.
Bonk.
Why do you keep getting closer to me?
Stop walking away from me. It makes number go up.
It makes number go up.
H3. Oh fuck, we
What?
we failed.
I don't remember saying it, I gotta be honest. When did I say it?
Just now when you repeated me,
What did you say?
it number go up.
Stream's over. Bye, guys.
We have to leave now.
Imagine the punishment was just the stream just immediately ends. It deletes all of our. It deletes my Twitch. It deletes the whole Twitch account if you say the word. Oh, yeah, that's your turn, right?
Yeah, that was my turn.
Okay. We had a minute left. I'm still not gonna say it. Alright. That was a really quick turn because
It deletes the entirety of
It
Twitch.
deletes all of Twitch. Honestly,
no more live streaming ever.
Net benefit to society, honestly. Hmm.
I got an alert from Twitch earlier. It was just the alert that if we fail on YouTube, we have to move over to Vimeo.
Oh. Wow, love Vimeo.
I love getting alerts that tell me that we're streaming while I'm on stream. Like, yeah.
Wow. Who's that? Alright, I am gonna make my monkey. Okay, we're good. I said the word and then immediately the timer went off. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna make my monkeys sentient.
Yeah, you're gonna have thinking monkeys.
I'm gonna have thinking
You're gonna grant them
monkeys.
the power of thought.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna give them anxiety.
Yeah. Alright, so the monkeys.
So we haven't been doing anything to raise enmity, but apparently, like, the benefit to having higher enmity is that you get to roll an extra d4 during create life,
Which is
for
great.
each level of enmity that you have.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I've been thinking about just straight up murdering you several times over, but I haven't really figured it out. I haven't really, like, had the motivation. Mix it up. Give them depression. Okay. So the monkeys are now sentient. They have learned from their primitive conch using tools and music making. They now have feelings about the sounds that come out of specific shells.
Mm-hmm.
I the complexities of their musical style is
Complex.
very complex, too intricate for me to even begin to describe.
Does it sound good?
To them, yes.
Not an answer.
The only other person on this planet who could have an opinion about it is the coral reef.
That's true.
What does the coral reef feel about the music that they make?
It's kind of muffled because I'm underwater.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It sounds like.
Yeah, you're welcome for that. Anyway, to us, from a Western diatonic view,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds a lot like house music,
Hmm.
but it's sort of like a mix of bagpipes played to EDM. It's actually acid
Yeah,
house.
which flavor of house?
Acid house, of course. No, bagpipe house, of course.
I would
Scottish
listen to
house.
bagpipe house.
Scottish house, yeah.
I would listen. I love bagpipe metal. I would listen to bagpipe house.
All right. I guess that's a fact I now know about you. Bagpipe acid house. Mm-hmm.
I already knew that I liked metal.
I know this. I know this. It's just like, yeah. Yeah, I just turned these primates into Scottish people, which was a choice. Yeah. Better than English.
But
But anyway, I can
Better
say that
music
I'm
anyway.
part English anyway. All right. So I get a name now.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Trying to think of a Scottish name. And I'll put an epithet at the end of it.
Ishling.
What?
Ishling
Ishling? Ma.
means dreams.
Hmm.
At least I think it does. I remember, as far as I remember from my youth of making OCs and giving them highly specific names.
Right, that we definitely don't still do.
Yeah, but now it's for D&D purposes.
But now it's for
It's
D&D,
different.
yeah. Now it's for playing pretend and being gay with your friends.
Mm-hmm. Instead of playing pretend and being gay alone.
With myself, yeah. Because that makes it okay.
Mm-hmm.
Doing anything alone is boring and lame. Doing anything with your friends is cool and awesome. You heard it here first, folks. I also love playing pretend and being gay. Anyway, so they will
What
call.
about playing gay and being pretend?
I do that at work every day. So
And gay and playing being?
yeah. All right. How much is left of that?
Um, like half.
I am almost done with my thing too. All right. They call me
Ishmael.
Ishmael. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, I'm gonna just look up random Scottish names. Scottish name.
We just got another viewer, and I'm sorry that
I'm
this is
so
what
sorry.
you come into.
I am so sorry.
We are having fun.
You know, I really like the name Rory, so I'm gonna pick Rory. Rory, the sound giver.
Ooh, I like that one.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. Yeah, I also miss Rory. Yeah, there's a specific Rory that both Flower and I know. Um, Ro- ah! All right, that's my first turn.
Mm-hmm.
I keep accidentally opening up Discord on my laptop, and it's annoying me. Because it's like, we have to boot up the whole thing. Anyway. All right. And then I spent one glory to grant sentience, and I'm going to spend another one to inspire.
Ooh.
I invest a spark of my demigod's divine power into a sentient individual who becomes a great figure in mortal history, a leader, a discoverer, a prophet, or some similar luminary. Decide which of your domains to inspire this individual with, then roll 2d4 and add the results together. I'm going to inspire this Scott Shell boy with I'll put him with inspire him with my archiving domain.
I love that you also just drew a bunch of question marks.
Yeah. I couldn't draw a monkey because I would, but I'm not gonna do that. Alright. 3. I rolled a total of 5. The inspired mortal may work a wonder on any tile with a quality of the same number. Found a city, construct a grand monument, make an astonishing discovery, or perform some other notable deed for their civilization. If a tile is sanctified to you, then you may add a bonus to the tile's quality up to or equal to its holiness rating to try and match the total that was rolled. Well, I can't do that. So,
You rolled a 5.
yeah. So I can do it on my savannah. I can do it on your mountain and plain.
And that's.
Did we give up?
Did we give the jungle a. Whew.
No, yes, we did. It was gloomy.
Yes.
It was
Oh,
4.
it was also gloomy.
It was also gloomy. I was like, hey, hang on. We're totally sober right now.
I've never been more sober.
In my entire life. There. See, look. Oh, that's 4. Okay. If only I'd put a holy spot there. No, I think this inspired, capital I inspired, will travel across the seas to this lonesome mountain and will erect a holy. Fuck you. We'll establish. Is that better? Is that PG for you enough? Jesus. We're adults. We're professionals. I said the word erect as in, like, building something. And Vico just said the word back in a taunting voice. He's gonna put a monument on the mountain as a holy site for me, because I'm special. Sploosh is a very good word, actually,
It's like splash,
but sillier.
bigger.
What? But what?
Bigger.
Longer.
Sploosh.
Sploosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more hollow than splash, though. I feel like it's more of like a whoosh, where splash is like a psh. This is nonsensical.
A linguistic theory that proposes that we use sounds like O and U to denote things that are larger and sounds like E to denote things that are smaller.
For English specifically?
In several languages, one that I can think of is one of the examples is actually Spanish, how it uses like ito, ita,
Eta, yeah.
to make it diminutive of a word. But it uses ono or ona to sort of like signify like bigger, um like matrona, big mother,
MILF,
large,
you mean?
large mother,
Kind of a MILF
yeah.
reblog.
Yeah.
Cool. This is your linguistics lesson with Vico.
Mhm.
Another segment within a segment. All right. I did 2 things, right? Okay. Once you have used the domain for the inspire action, you may not use that domain again for future inspire actions. Okay. Let me describe the monument that they make. They are basically creating what in modern terms would be like a backup, kind of like a backup to like the Library of Alexandria, which is in the jungle there, but like this inspired went, we have all this knowledge, but this could be lost someday. We need to like store the knowledge in redundancies so it has a greater chance of surviving longer. So yeah, so they put an extra terabyte of data space on. They copy all the porn on their computer, then put it on top of the mountain.
Terabyte of porn.
Full terabyte of porn, and just put it on top of the mountain. Geez, boy. Moving on.
Moving on. So it's my turn now.
It unfortunately.
What do you mean, fortunately?
I'm gonna put a symbol on the mountain to show the monument.
I never described what my.
I'm just gonna put the 2001 Space Odyssey monolith on top. A mountain main. Mountain main. Yeah. Let's go mountain climbing flower. Let's go right now. Anyway, what are you gonna do in your turn?
What am I gonna do on my turn? I'm gonna reminisce some more. So I got to introduce another thing, like some sort of lost treasure from the world that was. I think in the previous world there was a beautiful garden that was tended to by another demigod that my demigod would often visit, and they were like friends-ish. Or at least my demigod thought they were friends. The other demigod didn't like have that sort of like ability. Like, I guess what I'm building in my head here is that our demigods were the only two who were able to feel both companionship and loneliness.
Okay.
And the others couldn't, and that's why they just kind of started disappearing or going away because they didn't have the same sort of ties. Anyway, mine was friends with the gardener.
Okay.
For a given value of friendship. And there was one specific flower that they had asked the gardener to try and create. And the gardener got it like kind of close to what my demigod was thinking, but not exact. But it was still like, oh, I like it. It's perfect because you made it. And the gardener is like, no, I can do better, and just like kept going, and trying to get it perfect. But my demigod liked the original. It's nice, you made it for me, and I like that. Um, and this is the flower that my demigod attempted to bring with them, but was unable to in the gardener's absence. The garden had started to wither, um, and they weren't able to save the flower in time before it withered away.
Sad. Pour one out for the fallen flower. Don't you dare. That was your first action?
That was my first action.
Awesome.
My second action is to create life again.
Oh, God.
Life. I'm gonna use 2 points of power.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna convert those to glory. I'm gonna start by rolling just for posterity. Okay. And now I'm gonna describe to you the thing.
Here I go, describing the thing.
Cats.
Okay. Where?
In the grasslands.
Okay. Continue.
So first of all, cats.
Cats. Lend a descriptor.
Mm-hmm. They're small, obviously.
Yeah.
They're
Mm-hmm.
soft. I'm trying not to just make like
Just
real
straight
world,
up cats.
straight up cats. But these are like the important things: is small and soft and social.
So cats.
Yeah.
But
they're often used as um like tracking animals. So instead of like bloodhounds,
okay.
instead they use these cats.
No. Warrior cats. You're making warrior cats.
No.
Come on, tell me they're Star Clan. Come on. Thunder Clan and Water Clan.
These were domesticated by your weird
What
way.
about Sky Clan? I read too much Warrior Cats as a
Me
kid.
too.
Yeah.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
I used to roleplay in middle school as a warrior cat.
Yeah. Oh,
Not online with my friends in real life. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
I didn't have friends in middle school, so.
I had friends, but we were all, the friends that were bullied, so. Anyway, carry on.
Cats?
Cats.
Okay, not something that isn't like real life cats.
So they're tracker animals
mm-hmm.
at this point. So they essentially fill the same niche as wolves in this setting.
Or maybe they're used to find fresh water. Sorry, I'm trying to work in the discovery and
yeah
aspects.
No, I get it. Just because who I am as a person, I'm very much like why? How does that work? How?
Because they have a better sense of smell than people do.
They smell the isotopes in the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Call back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or maybe they change color in the the presence of contaminated water.
Yeah, they smell.
Don't change color, kitty. Keep your color, kitty.
Oh my gosh.
Keep this away. Don't change color, kitty. Keep your color, kitty. Stay that pretty gray.
Oh my. This really is not a place of honor. Go on.
No, that's all I got. I just wanted to establish that cats exist.
Yeah, in every setting that you touch has to
cats,
be cats.
The animal. Cats the musical is negotiable, but cats the animal.
I'm gonna make my primates invent Cats the musical now. Thank you. I mean, you've just handed to me, so primate Andrew Lloyd Webber
is very good.
What?
Apparently, the stage play is like very good, at least in terms of being a like for like costume designers to show off the movie.
Yeah. No, don't talk about the movie. The stage musical is something. Um,
Anyway, I'm gonna. I
Yeah.
rolled 2 4s, so my cats are perfect in every way.
in every way, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. +1 feature is in accordance with one of your demands. Okay. So you already picked the discovery part of the cats. What are your other domains? You have not added any more, right?
Scale and travel.
I mean, what if the cats had scales?
Yeah,
What
like
if the cats were amphibious?
amphibious cats?
Amphibious
Would
cats.
they still be furry? But they would have scales.
They would have scales. I don't know if there's any actual animals that have fur and scales. I mean, they could be like mercats?
Mercats?
Mercats? Lizarda?
Lizarda?
Just oh, lizard. That's their name. That Lizarda is their genus of cats.
Oh.
What is the species of cats? It's the species and genus.
Felis.
Felis, thank you. Felis Lizarda. Your thumbs are so fat. Oh, do pangolins have fur and scales? Oh,
We're
no.
learning so much this episode.
Do pangolins have fur?
Domestic cats come from Felis sylvanus, I think. That's the wild cat species. Sylvestris.
Do pangolins fart? It can fart a horrible smell like a skunk to scare away predators.
Oh, I do not enjoy that. Let me just open up my notes for my cats podcast episode, my domestication of cats, so I can fucking remember what.
Now I'm just looking at pictures of pangolins. They're very nice to look at.
Felis sylvestris.
Is that why he's called Sylvester?
Probably.
Holy shit.
That's wild cats, and then
He's a wild boy. What are domestic cats?
Felis sylvestris libica is the specific species of wild cats that evolved into domestic cats.
Are domestic cats their own genus?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's
Felis sylvestris something else, right?
I think it might be Felis catus.
Yeah, that tracks. All right.
But don't quote me on that.
I'm going to, actually.
What are the chances biologists smelt a rank fart and were like, there must be an evolutionary reason farts stink?
Well, I don't know, because it's not a thing that our bodies make. It's the bacteria in our bodies that make it, that create the odor, or release the chemicals that create the odor. Hi, welcome to Science Facts.
But there's
stinky.
Potential for species to purposefully
to like weaponize
things that would make stinkier farts.
Right, or to have internal ecosystems that cultivate stinky bacteria.
Yeah. Sort of like a skunk.
Yeah.
Except that's not actually how stinky works.
Please don't. I don't know if we can handle another tangent within a tangent.
If
Anyway,
I were a predator and prey farted at me, I would simply bully them.
For being smelly, I would shove them into a fucking locker.
You wouldn't eat them.
No, that's for sure. Yeah, cats.
Got to get back on track.
Cats, they're scaly.
Okay.
And they have
Scaly
bits of
cats.
fur between the scales that sort of
Okay.
fluff up like otters, so they can float.
Okay.
And then they can like swoop back in to dive. Cats, they're scaly.
Okay.
Says someone who's wrong about who doesn't know anything about cats.
Wait, let me just add another little cat symbol, but in the water this time.
In the water.
You said they were amphibious.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was your second action, right?
Yep, that was my turn.
Okay, I have a proposition.
Mm-hmm.
We've been going for 2.5 hours.
This is true.
Would you be open to returning to this fucked up world we've created next week?
I would be.
You would be opposed?
What? No, I would be open to
Okay, okay,
returning to our fucked up world.
okay.
I need to
Yeah,
see that tweet.
Yeah,
Send it to our Twitter.
yeah. I feel like I follow you on Twitter, so like I should have seen that. But I also don't go on Twitter that much. I only go on to see tweets that my friends send me. Anyway, yeah, cats are like pangolins,
Mm-hmm.
and this has been the end of this stream, and we're gonna come back with more of this pure nonsense,
Yeah.
with or without alcohol. Most likely with, though I will be driving the next day, so we'll see. Thanks for joining us
Yeah.
on this buck wild episode.
I'm always happy to play a world building game, and I think world building plus strategy adds an extra layer to this that's really fun.
It really does. It really adds to it a sense of, oh my gosh, I'm losing my thoughts.
Personally, I think it adds a sense of urgency because there
Yeah,
were
that's
points
what I'm
where I
looking
was looking at my stats and I was like, I need to figure out how to deal with this.
for. What's great about this game is that it's like it gives you the ability to min max
Mm-hmm.
your demigod, which other world building games don't allow you to do because there's no mechanic for it. Not that they don't
Yeah.
allow it; it's just not a concept that they can do. Um, and it like is really good to like it gives you the the standard. It gives you the setup to the
Mhm.
world, but it does not make the world for you, which is a good fine line that a lot of games make as far as like building settings and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Where it's like how much of a setting do you want to have for your game if you're going to be like playing like an actual campaign out of this? How much do you want to create yourself? How much do you want made for you? This like I think for me is like just enough of like here's what we're going to give you, here's what you're going to work
Mhm.
from, and working on there. Hexafexcon says, "Oh, have you checked out any of the Next Fest demos?" I have not.
No.
Can you link those to me?
I think those are on Steam.
Yes. I will look those up after this
Yeah,
if I
we'll look into
remember.
it.
I'm
I
gonna
love
write that down.
games.
I'm writing it
But
down.
yes,
So I
if
remember.
you think that this game looks interesting and there's some mechanics that we haven't used yet,
Mhm.
um,
This is also based off of the Caltrop core system,
yes,
which after playing this makes me very curious about the core system itself that I might look into.
there were a couple
Yeah.
of other games on my shortlist for this week
Mhm.
that were also Caltrop core. I like it. I like games that have a very simple like numbers mechanic.
Yeah.
I do also like complicated numbers mechanics.
Oh yeah,
I
of course.
like using all of my dice.
Exactly. But the D4 is an underutilized die,
It
and
is.
oft maligned for its use in lower level spells in Dungeons and Dragons. But it's a good spell. It's a good die. Not like my favorite die, which is the D12, which is the best die.
I'm really fond of D8.
D8s are very good. I love a good D8. The D20 is like the die that like everyone loves, so you're like trying to feel cool for not liking it, but the D20 should be
I do have
appreciated.
some very pretty D20s,
Oh.
I will say.
I mean, I feel like it's a slightly worse version used in a game called Nibiru. That sounds familiar. I'll have to look it up.
D20 trash.
Leave my D20
Hate on the
alone.
D20s. I like that they're
This
big
is
and there's a lot of room for like.
This is the fancy dispel die that Kai, a friend of the channel, has gotten for me.
I also got me this weird squishy D20.
I hate the squishy D20.
Which I find incredibly amusing, even though I can barely read any of the numbers on it. I just like it.
Anyway, yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on to track, which is ending the stream.
So we will be back next Saturday playing the second half of this game.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
That is fair. And we will be back Wednesday with a video game.
A video game. We'll see.
Possibly Raft. There's a new content drop.
There might be new content drop, so who sees? We'll see. We'll see.
What's happening elsewhere?
On our good friend Racius's channel, tomorrow we'll be having our finale-ish of our current arc, story arc of our D&D campaign. Playing in story is called Conversions, where we'll be my character will be a mannequin given sentience, and we're going to fight some shadow demon, I think. We'll see. Yep. Should be fun. And then after that, following Sunday, the day after our sequel stream for this stream, we'll be starting a new mini campaign, so to speak, for Racius's ADHD. Slay a while and listen is the name of the campaign as a whole, as a concept. Our friend Flower in the chat will be DMing or game mastering, I should say, a Masks Mask mini campaign, 6-episode campaign. Vico and I will both be there.
Yeah. This will be not my first time playing a game on their channel, but it will be my first time playing not a one-shot.
Right. And will be your first time playing under Flower. That's the Game Master. Which I think you are in for a treat.
Yeah, I'm quite excited because I've heard tidbits from the campaign that you're in that she runs, and it sounds very fun.
She's a fantastic DM. And I'm excited to see her. I'm just going to gas up Flower for a second. I'm excited to see her play with a system that is more narrative than mechanic. Because already using D&D 5e rule, which is not very narrative friendly sometimes, she is able to make a very, very amazing narrative. And so I'm excited to see what a narrative-based system as Masks is. Not as much as other systems, but still more narrative-based as a Powered by Apocalypse system. So I'm excited to see her work with that.
So that will be starting next Sunday over on our friend Race's channel.
Yep, ADHD. Oliver stuck his whole head through our blinds. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching, and I want to say a special shout out. Thank you for the creator of this game, Skaya J, for creating such a wonderful game using this system.
If you are interested in checking it out, or checking out her other stuff, she has some other games on her itch.
She also, I think she also streams and does a ton of DM stuff as well. So definitely always want to gas up other streamers, because y'all are awesome too.
And I just like the system. I like, I know I say this every time.
I like it. It was good and I liked it.
When I play these games, I'm always kind of thinking like it's nice to create something with them, but I can't even imagine the amount of effort that goes into actually creating the system.
It's a challenging effort. I was reading a tweet by Avery Alder of The Quiet Year and Monster Hearts um, Acclaim, talking about how in creating games she has to like be smart, like be
Mhm.
creative and smart, but not put that in her game. She has to be able to like create a game that the people who play it can create very very creative, very amazing worlds and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but she can't make that for them.
Mhm.
She has to put in the tools for them to make it, which can be frustrating, if, especially when you're just like, I just want to make something that's really really cool.
Yeah,
um
I've been tinkering around with a system that I'm trying to make
mhm.
for the past 2 years, um, called Cyberpunk, and it's been kind of a nightmare.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been
That's
like,
why I
oh,
like sticking to just the games that
mhm.
other people make, um and then changing the rules because I'm the worst. Anyway, thank you again to everyone in chat for watching, to Kaya for making this game,
Mhm.
and to Jesus. No, never mind. Um, we will see you all next week on wherever we'll see you. Stay happy, stay healthy, and please, as always,
Stay queer, folks. We'll see you next
bye
time.
guys.